Hi, I'm Kristen Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? We are back with Are You a Charlotte? We're going to continue with the fantastic Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh, I'm having so much fun. Thank you. I'm really enjoying this.
Babe.
You were a great host.
Well, you're so sweet. You're a great guest, of course, and I can't wait to listen to your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
What are we even doing?
What are we even doing?
What are we
I know.
even doing?
And you can say it a number of different ways.
I know.
What
I like that.
are we even doing?
Yeah.
What are we even doing?
Yeah, it depends on the moment.
It
Depends on the
does.
day.
It
Yeah,
does.
I like it.
Cool.
What I didn't get to in my rewatch of last night was when we go to Connecticut, which I don't even know if we really go to Connecticut. I think it's Bunny's house.
Okay.
And we play tennis, which I have a lot of photographs in my possession of us playing tennis.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We must have had to take like prop photos or something.
I remember the tennis one sort of towards the end, right?
It must
Wasn't there
be.
an end one?
I don't know. I didn't get that far, but like I make out with the gardener apparently,
Right.
which I thought was a dream, but apparently it's real.
No.
See, I don't remember everything accurately.
No,
Do you know
it's
what I
okay.
mean?
That's
like,
all right.
what was Charlotte doing? Is it because we're not having sex? I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part. Anyone know? Yes. Okay. I think that's why.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's so
But
sad.
you blanked it out. That's okay.
I did. I blanked it out. I remember.
But I remember the tennis court. I mean, it was the same sequence there. The
I
night
think so.
shot.
Yes.
And I had gone out because I was frustrated myself. I was angry at myself, and I couldn't do what I was supposed to do. And they had me out, and I was out the tennis court. And I remembered I took tennis lessons there at Central Park. There was a wonderful facility there.
Yeah.
I didn't play tennis. I was like, okay, I got to look like I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
And which I really didn't. But
I've been through
it was,
this so many times now with Charlotte.
Close enough.
Yes.
And I was there, and I remember it was a warm night, and I was hitting balls, and the makeup ladies came over, and they were like, "You need to be a little sweatier." And I was like, "Okay." And they started taking baby oil and rubbing it on my chest, and I was like, "That's the one right there. That's it."
Oh my God.
And I was like, I said, I think it's a little too much, right? And I was like, and they were like, no,
they were like,
no. And they were like doing this. And I was like,
look at you. Oh my God.
I was a young man there.
That's incredible.
And I was just like, I said, okay. I said, all right, that's fine, whatever.
I'm sure all of the guys and all of the girls on set were having a great time.
Very
I know. Why do I go make out with a gardener? Why don't I just try harder?
Trey just, it's a whole thing. He's nice, looks good on the outside, but the inside it's just not working.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so funny though because I only remember some of it. It's interesting.
Yeah, there are a few moments that like I remember the scene in the bathtub with when
You're
Francis
in the bathtub.
I'm in
That's
the bathtub
spooky.
and Franny is sitting on the toilet smoking.
It's not
Trey,
good. I mean, it's good, but it's not good for Charlotte.
Yeah, and you kind of poke your head in and it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. I had forgotten that.
Yeah, but I immediately recognized, I said, this is the entire relationship in one scene, in one visual.
Yeah.
I said, it's
that's
perfect.
True. That's really
good. And I think that we had, and I said, no, give me a washcloth and I'm going to be washing my... Not just soaking, I'm actually washing my leg. And we're chatting like everything is totally fine. And I said, this is a brilliant moment. And the other one that I loved, which you probably remember, is when we're shopping for a bed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the three of us on the bed. And
that's good.
Just, again, I'm like, there it is.
That's a good
visual.
It's a good visual. I'll tell you what I remember because I thought that it was very hard and I was very scared to do it. And it might have been Charles also. And the other thing I want to say about Charles before we move on, because I was watching them in order, right? Like I watched more than I would normally watch last night. And so when you switch from one director to the next, you're like, oh, you know, when it's someone new, right? And they put in, and he would film us even in the intimate scenes on a longer lens.
Yeah.
And it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
And that's when Carrie's having the affair with Big behind Aiden's back. And it's so beautifully filmed.
Yeah.
And she's so great.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's so good. It's so nice to see.
He's a really good visualist too.
Right?
And a good director. I mean, he's a good director.
Such a good director.
Yeah.
But then what I remember with us is when, so you in Bergdorf, you hand me, I say, oh, did you do your list for the party? And you hand me your list, and behind the list for the engagement party is the prenup. And I'm like, Trey, in the middle of Bergdorf, what is this?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's nothing. Everyone in the family does it. You know, you're very,
Yeah,
you're
it's just part of the thing.
You blow
Yeah.
everything off.
Yeah.
And so I go to the girls and I'm like, can you believe this? And I've got Miranda looking at it. You say, oh, just have your lawyer look at it like I have a lawyer, right? Well, luckily Miranda's a lawyer. So I take it to Miranda. And she's like, oh, well, this is interesting. You know, it's normal. People do this. Like, I would do this if I were getting married.
Right.
And then she gets to the part where it's like, I get extra money if I have a boy child, but I get no money if I have a girl child. And I'm like, what on earth? And I mean, rewatching, I didn't remember any of this. And I was like, that is fucking weird.
Yeah, that's
you
the
know?
writers are so brilliant. That was
Right?
just
I
like-
mean, really brilliant. But then
Yeah.
what I didn't get to last night, but I know is good, the party I go to and negotiate with Franny, with Bunny.
Yes,
And that's when I
yes.
say I'm worth $1 million.
yeah.
And I remember being so petrified because it was one of those shots where they set the shot up and it's like a super close up and you know it's a super close up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like someone's like choking you,
Yeah.
like the
You
pressure.
know, you got to be good. Yeah.
And they keep trying to explain to me how I feel. And I remember Jenny's trying to explain to me how I feel. And Charles is trying to tell me what to do, like how to do it or whatever. And they just want me to like embody like I'm worth $1 million or whatever. But like, what does
Yeah.
that mean?
yeah.
Like I was struggling, like, what does that mean?
Well, that's perfect actually that you brought all that into it.
Is it?
It's perfect because that
Thanks,
would be
Kyle.
Charlotte. You know,
Thanks,
that is-
Kyle.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no, it was
Kyle.
like she
See,
wouldn't
that's what
come
you
in
bring.
and no, she wouldn't suddenly come in like hard
Right?
ass. You know what I mean? That's not
Right.
who she is. So everything that you were going through was perfect.
Thank you, Kyle.
Perfect.
You should direct.
No.
No? You're so smart.
I'm not good with people. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you insane? You're so good with people. What are
Well,
you
thank
saying?
you. But what about moving
Yes,
on? What
yes,
about
okay.
the whole? Remember the whole wedding thing that we did?
Oh
with
my
that?
God, yes. Insanity.
And my favorite moment of all that was the gentleman who played Kim's paramour in that moment.
Was it,
And I
is it
forgot his
Richard?
name.
Is she with Richard
His
by then?
Scottish accent. Do you remember him?
Oh, wait, what's that guy's name?
I want to say, and I was like, and you'd make out a word every now and then. And I said, years later, when I was playing golf in Scotland, I have a Scottish coach. And I said, oh my God. I said, it's the same accent.
Wow.
I can't understand a word. He's from the far north of Scotland. And he would say to me, and I'd be
Good.
like,
That's good.
excuse me? And I would sit for a minute kind of there and I'd be like, like thinking like I knew it, like listening to his comments. And I'd be
Right.
like, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell he said. I can't figure it out. And then I would go, oh, okay, I think I got it. You know what I mean? And then I would say, oh, okay. And then he'd say something else and I'd have to take a minute to think about it. But I
And, like,
loved,
replay it in your
yeah,
head?
I just loved, he was so fun.
That's funny.
remember
I didn't
him.
remember him at all. Who
Remember.
was it? Wow. I don't remember him, but
He was
I mean, good
great.
that they brought a Scottish to wear the kilt and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I don't even know if he was truly Scottish or not. I think he
Wow.
just was doing something crazy.
Oh my God.
But he was truly wonderful. That was a whole really fun.
It was
that was
really
a beautiful
fun.
set. I remember.
So
right?
incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty
so
cool.
beautiful and such like we joke about it with the girls because I have pictures of them sleeping on the pews because that's how long we were there, you know, which is like very much our MO, not our
Yeah.
personal MO, but the show's MO,
Sure.
right? Everything took forever.
Yeah.
But I also have pictures of me like in the courtyard of that church. Like I couldn't sit down. Like I needed a leaning
Right.
board for
Oh,
the
gosh,
dress
'cause
because
the
that
dress.
huge Vera Wang.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting and like funny on like weird perches and
Yeah.
whatever, like just so thrilled, like I'm
Yeah.
actually getting married, which I actually don't even care about, right?
Right.
But it's like the enthusiasm of Charlotte was
Yes.
inhabiting me, do you know what I mean? And I'm just beaming, I'm so excited.
So happy.
And the girls are so mad.
Well, it's a crazy thing because rarely were all the cast members together like that. I mean, I know
Yeah.
in each episode there was always a moment when all four of you came
Of
together
course.
and
But
kind of
there's no one
hashed
else
out
there.
stuff.
Right.
We're not there. So it was rare when I was
Right.
there. I think there was one dinner sequence where I was there with the girls, and I can remember. The only thing I remember it was a restaurant. It was one of the oldest restaurants in New York
Oh.
where we went, and I don't even remember where it was.
Me neither.
Somewhere in the theater district.
Well, I don't
I'm
even
thinking.
remember
I
this.
think it started with a B. I don't
Okay,
even remember.
okay.
Anyway, that was one, and it was an all-night one, so we were all like,
Of
completely
course.
like,
Delirious.
Oh my God.
Right?
That, and then the wedding sequence was another one. And I love the fact that the writers, like, they took me, Kyle MacLachlan, and they said, okay, we're going to lean into the Scottish side of things. So they had me wearing a kilt.
Love it.
Yeah. Which was also brilliant because it was like, oh, he's wearing the dress and it was like, oh, there's layers here.
Absolutely.
That the writers are thinking about it. We're just so clever. The writing
good.
staff was so good.
Oh my God, so good
for the show. And the only other thing I wanted to mention was Franny, because she played that Upper East Side matron, waspy matron, so perfectly. When she would, I don't remember this, when she would come to the makeup trailer, she would come in she'd have like she just came off the farm upstate New York. She had Birkenstocks on.
So different.
Like short capris kind of, and like kind of a
cute.
Blouse, and like almost a straw hat.
Yep.
I mean, it was literally like, I'm coming in, just took off my gardening gloves, and my trowels, and now I'm ready to turn into, and they put her in the Chanel.
Yep.
And
with the
made
cigarette.
her up, and the cigarette. And suddenly like, wow, what a transformation.
Also, she was scary.
Yeah, she could be really scary too.
Bunny was scary.
Yeah.
At least I was scared of her.
Yeah.
You probably weren't. But
no, she's my mom.
Right. But I mean, that part was kind of surprising because Franny herself was like such a mom vibe.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so warm and lovely.
Really
and
talented,
she'd get that cigarette in her hand and, watch out, man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and then
I'd be
the
scared.
voice, Trey.
Oh my God,
it was like all this.
Oh, all of it.
I don't think so. Yes. Well, we should do this. All righty. And you realize he just developed this thing. That's what happened, After years of that, he's just like, all right, better to just give up, and because otherwise it was too much of a fight.
That's true. That's why I think that the cardboard baby and the saying that you wanted to play golf, I think it was like you, Trey, had developed this passive aggressive thing with your mom, like you didn't have a way out,
right? Checked out,
And so then I push you so far. And I really want you present, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be okay with the checked out.
Yeah.
I think that was when I have to rewatch it all to be sure.
Yeah.
But like there's a scene that I think Alan Coulter, who I had on.
Oh,
remember?
Love Alan. Yes.
Me too. Love him so much. And he's one where when he showed up, the visuals like leapt up, you know? He was such a great director. And he fondly remembers a scene that I haven't gotten to in the rewatch because I think it's after we kind of break up and then we get back together and we have some kind of a scene about how we love each other, but it's just not enough. And he had us just leaning against a wall. Do you remember this vaguely? Like possibly in the kitchen?
Was it outside the door?
Maybe outside the door. And I'm wearing like my favorite green
I think it was
slip.
in the doorway, maybe.
Yeah,
people
it might
will
have
know.
been.
People will know once they watch this.
Look it up.
They'll tell us.
Yeah, I'll have you back to talk about leaning.
We got this wrong and we got this wrong. But,
no, not
otherwise,
at all.
we were
No,
fine.
I don't think we got anything wrong, Kyle. I don't. I think it
the
works.
fans will tell us.
The fans will tell us. But I mean, I don't think that the minutia detection is retroactive. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the fans who love Sex and the City just watch Sex and the City and don't pick it apart in the way that the fans picked apart And Just Like That, and probably anything else that's on right now.
Oh, maybe. Well, maybe that's the social component,
right?
That becomes because then you have a community,
right?
That supports each other, and
yes.
and then can weigh in, you know what I mean, and correct and adjust and everything.
When you got off our show, did you go directly to Desperate Housewives, or was there?
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. I don't remember. I've sort of lost the timeline because I think we were in New York, and then Housewives obviously shot at Universal in L.A.
Right.
I think there was a lag time, and I don't remember when I started.
Did people talk to you about Trey? Like, was it uncomfortable because of the weirdnesses?
Oh, it was fun in New York. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was like, I was like, okay, but
right?
I've had to, that's been from the beginning,
right?
And I talk about New Yorkers and how that, the occasional person, sometimes I would say, the doorman in New York, they're also, outspoken and, friendly, and kind of, would say, hey, buddy, good luck. I know you can do it. I know you can get it up. Like, thanks. Hey, thank you, Mr. Doorman. Okay, stuff like that.
Right.
Occasionally, but it was, you sort of take it in stride and a sense of humor and stuff.
Definitely.
For the most part, sometimes you're like, yeah,
right.
But really, it's so it's fine.
Good. And was it fine then, or was it annoying?
It was annoying. Yeah, actually, but
because,
honestly,
it's an
but
embarrassing
at the same time,
thing.
yeah. But as an actor, you're like, how do we find the truth in this? He has an issue. He doesn't want to deal with it. Together, they're trying to find a way through this.
Right.
And I sort of, in my mind, I said, well, maybe this indirectly will somehow help somebody, or maybe they can talk
Yeah,
about it with
of
friends. Or
course.
I don't know, thinking there might be there's a positive, there's an upside here
Absolutely.
somewhere.
Well, I think the shining truth on anything is good.
Right. So the 3 people that I helped, I hope that helped. My embarrassing moment.
I mean, that's the other thing that was interesting. I mean, as the 4 of us, we all had many problems, obviously, and they would, we would fall down or get the pie
Sure.
in the face, either literally or figuratively or
Sure.
whatever, obviously.
Yeah.
But we were on there and we were, the show was about us, right? But then for the guys, often, and sometimes it would just be one episode, right? Like Bobby Cannavale is in with the Funky Spunk.
Yeah.
And Bobby's a great actor, right?
Yeah, there were other ones that I felt, okay, at least I didn't have that.
Totally. Because
know.
like sometimes I ask these guys to come on the show and then they don't want to come on the show. And I'm so hurt that they don't want to come on the show. And then I
Why?
would realize what they have
Come
to
on
talk
and be
about.
humiliated within
But
an inch of your life.
I would never humiliate further. I would just give them the time to talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, well,
because they were
that's very-
such good
very gracious.
sports to come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
and that's true for you too. Because of course, I don't even remember. Like I had it on my Instagram, I was like, I don't even remember why. Like, why did it end? And they were like, there were so many problems. There was this and there was that. And there was, and
I
the
think that
cardboard
was
baby.
kind of we got to find a way out of this. So they want to take you on another journey. Obviously,
Right.
this one had kind of and honestly, I'd say it's been two seasons. I think, right?
It had, right?
Yeah. So it was a
I'm
long.
not even clear. I'm
a
not
long
even clear
run,
in my
you know.
mind. Yeah. I mean, certainly longer than 5 or 4 or
But
whatever
I think
it was.
that you speaking earlier about one of the strengths of the show, you were talking about how everyone had an issue, and I said was that they presented these wonderful, glamorous, fantastic friends, but they were human.
Yes.
And
Yes.
everybody had issues that they were struggling through.
Yes.
And so many people, I'm sure, watched the show to go, oh God, I'm going through exactly the same thing.
Right.
How do I handle this,
I mean, I think that's true. And I also think that it's like, from what people tell me, because there's also been these very interesting phases. Like there's this phase during COVID of like people saying that Carrie's awful and she's a narcissist.
Right.
Like people had too much time, obviously, during
To
COVID.
really
and I
sit and watch
remember
it?
one
Yeah.
time Sarah Jessica said, like, I just don't understand what is this online? And I was like, don't even think twice about it. Because basically, number one, you were a full character. That was the point.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how would we have ever gone on in the way that we have if she was somehow worked out? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's really worked out anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's very unusual. Like, you will have Tony Soprano, who literally kills people, but is the star of that show and
Yeah.
much beloved, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have a complex woman, people are like, she's a narcissist.
Yeah.
She's making a bad choice.
Yeah.
Like there's an unfair judgment. But
Yeah.
part of that is because if you think about the women characters that we get, certainly in terms of television and long-term characters, they kind of have to be like lawyers or doctors or, like Meredith Grey, where you're, they're the hero, I think. I mean, I don't watch that show for 21 seasons. Sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
like Carrie was a flawed individual, and that was what it was supposed to be, as
Yeah.
were the rest of us.
Everybody was flawed. Everybody
Exactly.
was flawed on the show,
Exactly.
and yet at the same time, lovable and
Right.
like and
Right.
and recognizable and identifiable, and
Right.
you could align. That's why people are like, "Are you aligned
Right.
with an
Are you a
Amanda
Charlotte?
or a Charlotte
Right.
or whatever?" And I
Absolutely.
think because I think there were this examples. You were demonstrating examples of how to handle and not
handle.
to
Right.
handle
Right.
situation.
Also, I think from what people say now, when they talk about like rewatching it, like someone came on and she'd just been through a breakup, and she was like, I just watched it again, and it's totally different to watch it when you're going through a breakup
interesting.
than it is to watch it when you're in a couple, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really interesting. It's hard to be objective, of course, right? Having
Yeah.
been in it, but I love to hear that. And then Adam Scott came on and talked about how he watched it the first time he had COVID. He had COVID pre-vaccine. So he was took himself away from his family and was trying not to get anyone else sick and trying to spend his time with something. So he really felt like we were there for him, which is so adorable. Isn't that so adorable? Because he had a fever,
That's
right?
funny. Yeah,
I know.
that's
And I was
good.
like, I'm so glad we were there for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be there for you,
Yeah.
But the fact that you can feel like we're real people
Yeah.
is a testament to the fact that they wrote us as flawed real
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was also that thing where the writers would have to have some basis of the story, right? And you know what's interesting about that? I have never asked them. I don't know who the basis for Trey was. Like how they,
I don't know.
like was there
Yeah.
a person who had some similar, because usually their rule was that they had to have like 1 degree of separation
with
from the
somebody.
story,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I never asked because I was so in it. You know what I mean?
Well, that was always the game, right? It's like, who is this person
Exactly.
based upon
Yes.
within the New York,
Exactly.
community?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who is it? Do we know them?
Yeah.
How well did we know them?
Yeah.
Are we going to have to talk to them about this on a red carpet at some point? Do you know what I mean? And then also when we did, especially when we went back to doing Just Like That, we would have to figure out amongst ourselves which writer or writer's spouse this was about. Right?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because they
God.
wouldn't always tell
Okay.
us, and we would just be like, "Do you think that maybe this is about?" Because then you had to be careful with what you might say or the
Yeah.
questions you might ask,
Yeah,
and you needed to know which writer was going to have the
Yeah.
best information
yeah.
to give you.
That's interesting,
You know,
right,
I know
right.
it's pretty interesting.
Incestuous, oh my lord. Very
It is
close.
a little incestuous,
Very close.
but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Right?
No,
I think.
Listen, if you can't base things upon people that you know and situations, that's
What's the point?
That's what makes it so
Absolutely.
recognizable, identifiable, intriguing, interesting, compelling.
Absolutely,
all
absolutely.
of those things.
Which makes me want to ask you about overcompensating.
Ah, yes.
It's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, Benny
love him.
Benito Skinner, Benny Drama.
Right?
He is such a lovely
Isn't
man.
he?
Yeah.
And Mary Beth.
Oh, Mary Beth is
So
awesome.
great, right?
Yeah, Overcompensating was a really a fun experience. Benny and Scott King, who kind of helped him, from
Yeah.
what I understand, helped kind of mentor him through this process of,
Right.
of writing and telling his story of coming out. It was just such a. I remember reading the script and thinking, this is really funny.
Yeah,
This
it's
is, and
really
I,
good.
and I love that every character had a very distinct voice. And you could see it, it was a
Yeah.
very visual script. Those are so nice when you see the action as you're reading.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of the character of the dad. And it was just, all across the board, just the greatest experience. We shot up in Toronto it didn't take long from my parts. We're
Right.
just kind of isolated,
Right, right.
And Connie Britton was
Yeah.
my
mom.
wife, and she
You're
was
great.
so great. I was such a big fan of hers, and I just felt we created, between me playing his father and her as the mom, we had this relationship that was interesting and ridiculous and completely understandable. From being together for so many years, that we're both going kind of different directions. We both love and hate each other.
Right,
It
right.
was felt very true. The whole
Nice.
thing.
I loved it. I loved it. You're very funny.
Thank you.
You're out there,
Yeah.
man, and you're on some show that I haven't watched with Ethan Hawke.
Oh yes,
wanna
the
see
lowdown.
this. Is it good? Do you enjoy?
Yeah, really good.
What part do you play?
So it's set. We're set in Tulsa, and I'm a gentleman. I'm running for governor. I come from a very wealthy money family.
Okay.
And Ethan plays an investigative reporter who's kind of, in his own words, is a truth historian.
Okay.
So he's all about telling the truth of Tulsa. And of course, Tulsa has a very interesting past.
Okay.
And Ethan is really wonderful, and he worked with Sterling Harjo, who was our director, who had directed Reservation Dogs, Res Dogs, as they call it, which I had seen and was remarkable. Also set in Tulsa. He's local there.
Interesting.
And so he wrote the script and this idea and worked closely with Ethan. And then I came in. This is my 4th time working with Ethan, which is
Amazing.
so much fun. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
I love Ethan.
Yeah, he's so great.
So great.
You know what I like him about the most is the fact that his process is so collaborative, and that the ultimate goal is to make the scene the best it can be.
Nice.
Which means that he's rooting for his,
Very
the actor
nice.
who's there also
Yes,
with him, or
yes.
actors or situations,
Sure.
how to make the scene better. And if it means, doing something else that he hadn't planned to do, he's like all on board. Let's make it the best. And he and I work really well together because we both have that kind of
Love it.
vibe,
Yeah.
and it's on right now, and really good. And it's a great character for me. I get to play, again, someone who you think you know who is at the very beginning, and then he turns into something else towards the end.
Ooh, interesting.
And cool cast.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay, then I want to talk about TikTok and the podcast.
Yes,
What
that's good.
are you up to over there?
What am I even doing? Well, the podcast is called "What Are We Even Doing?" and I completely agree. It's very
Like in life?
in life. It's all
Okay.
about. So So I've started social. I've got this.
You're out
this
there
social
being
presence.
funny,
I am
man.
out there
I mean, people are into it.
engaging. I love the creative parts of social media. That's how I treat it. And it's really, for me, it's about fun and entertainment. Occasionally I'll point to, a cause or a person that I think is like, hey, this person's doing something great. But really it's about making people laugh. And I have a wonderful crew. So Desiree Gruber, my wife's full picture, and the chief content officer who's with us today. Ann Walls is here. And she has a junior staff as well of young creatives, brilliant creatives. And so we work together on this. So it's a collaborative process.
Nice.
I'm, very engaged and very involved and kind of up for anything. They bring me ideas and I'm like,
Kyle.
let's go.
It's so impressive.
And it's all good.
Yeah.
I think might even have been a reference to a cardboard baby at one point in time in the past. Oh, yes. I'm not
missed
kidding.
that one.
We dig deep.
Girls.
We dig deep.
Get on it.
So that's been really fun. And then that sort of led into this, because it's very much a connection with a younger generation.
Right.
And so that started opening up the idea of like, maybe there's a way that I can sort of infiltrate this world and begin to understand what's happening with the young millennials
we
and
need
Gen
someone
Z.
to understand.
We need an interpreter. Yeah.
Yes,
so
we need an interpreter.
I brought a glossary. This is
fantastic!
I've been a man on the street.
I'm very
kind
excited.
Of. Yeah, and I've got some field
Wow,
notes here that I'm bringing back from the generation.
Okay.
So there are definitely the slang. You've probably heard about this.
Well, I have a 14-year-old.
Okay, so you are very aware of the slang.
I mean, some of it.
I could actually ask you a couple of questions about some of the words and see if
Okay,
that's come
go
up
ahead,
in conversation.
test me. Go ahead.
Chopped would be a good word. Chopped.
Okay, hold on. I feel like I should know this.
Yeah. It kind of.
I think it's a positive.
Kind of eludes.
Is it a positive?
It's actually not.
Okay. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm bad.
You
bad
are
start,
definitely
bad start.
not chopped.
I'm not chopped. No. Okay, so that's a good thing to not be chopped.
Yeah, chopped is
like,
ugly. Yeah.
Ugly?
Yeah.
Oh,
chopped.
no.
Not
well, at
good
least
looking,
you're not
not
saying
attractive.
the word ugly.
That's right. It's chopped.
Okay. Thank you, Kyle.
Who knows? It's
That's
a little
important.
bit like Cockney rhyming slang, where
Okay,
you say one word, it means something else, and you have to know the interpretation.
Okay.
Unk is another good one.
I just heard this recently too.
Yeah.
You're up on it, babe. I don't know. I don't know.
This is all this directly. I'm coming right to you from
I love it.
The source.
I love it. What's unk?
Unk is old. Oh. Yeah. So I'm approaching unk.
I'm unk. I'm definitely unk. I think we're both unk compared to these people.
You are not unk.
I think I am, baby. I think I am.
Then there's a very interesting one, which is, can I say this? Boy or soft boy?
I have heard this before, and I literally still feel like I do not know the definition.
Well, this came directly from Geraldine Viswanathan, who was a guest on my podcast.
Okay.
And the boy is someone that is very clearly there for one thing and one thing only.
Well, that's pretty simple.
Right,
Okay.
very, very straightforward.
Okay.
Soft boy, on the other hand, if I'm understanding this correctly, I may be corrected online. We'll find out. Soft boy comes across as like very gentle and got all your.
But he's not.
But he's not.
Oh,
he's in there for one thing. So it's a wolf. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
Maybe?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is super interesting.
Yeah. So
glad to know.
Yeah. Some of those things. There's others. Delulu, of course.
I know
brain
Delulu.
rot. Yeah. Okay.
I know cap.
Cap. Yeah.
Cap.
Good.
I find a bit
That's
confusing.
Good.
I don't know why we need that word for that, but okay.
Yeah. No, I think this is all good. I've had the one that I really love is put the fries in the bag.
What does that mean?
It just means end it. Put the fries in the bag. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use that.
Put the fries in the bag.
I'm going to use that because I need my kids to move quicker.
Well, that's what you do. Put the fries in the bag.
Put the fries in the bag.
You say it to them, and they're going to look at you like,
I'm going to do it.
God, she's
I have the
seen into our very
situation now.
soul.
Oh, I love it. I have the situation now where my 14-year-old does not want to hear about 6'7", but my 7-year-old does.
7 makes sense, yeah.
Yes.
But it's sort of nonsense from what I understand.
It's definitely nonsense.
That's in here too.
But they were so into it in the summer, especially. Like in the summer, I had girls over for my daughter's birthday. They made a 6'7" cookie. And I was like,
okay.
Why?
Well,
like,
just
can anyone
say,
explain?
Here's the news on the 6'7".
Yes.
Just say it's Group 7. Okay.
Group?
Breaking Gen Z news.
Okay.
Yeah, Group 7. So that's it.
Okay, thank
got that
you.
too.
I have
So
something
that's what
to
I've got so
reply.
far.
Good job.
But I'm going to continue.
I like it.
Continue
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when people come on the podcast, they help you with these things.
Yeah, there's some sayings that come up in the car. But really, I'm really there because I'm curious. It's all about the creative process for me.
Okay,
So it's a conversation like we're having, based upon what they're doing or what they're about to do or where they've come from. It's like how they started, what's important, their authenticity, of course, and also talking a little bit about, kind of just whatever moves them, you know what I mean? And how they use social. And so this is part of an exploration and a conversation. And I realized, I know and you're probably the same way. I know my mentors. I know the people that I admired when growing up. You know,
for sure.
James Dean, and Marlon Brando. These were people, Monty Clift. These were people that I
Meryl.
read everything about, wanted to emulate.
Right.
And I'm like, I realized I don't look back and sort of see who's coming up that I really am aware of or respond to. And so I've started to do that.
That's a
I had
good point.
wonderful interview with Dylan O'Brien, young actor who I really admire. And, you know, it's just an opportunity to speak with them about, hey, how are you finding this journey that
That's
we're
nice.
on as artists?
Yeah.
You know?
That's good.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
really
great.
been fun.
Well, that's partly what I love about Mary Beth and Benny. You know, like to see young people where they're self-made. They've just found their own way.
Yeah.
Like Benny on, Instagram.
Yeah.
Like doing
Initially first started
the
on Instagram.
Kardashians.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And then had the forethought to put it on YouTube. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And Mary Beth, I mean, they were both stand-ups, which I didn't really realize. But, like Benny kind of like just creatively found that way.
Yeah.
And then here he is also able to do the more traditional media.
Yeah.
Though obviously he had Scott King help, which is great, but like it's his own story.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
And the way they're using social media to self-generate.
Yes.
And it's really it's really
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's hard work
Yes.
to have a social presence,
No
as
joke.
I'm discovering.
Oh my
and
God.
I have help.
Oh, I have help too.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Oh, because if you're just by yourself, I mean, first of all, like, oh man, I rely on my ladies. They're
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
But, like, because you can't
Wonderful.
research all the trends and everything. And when they first came over, I mean, I didn't sleep the night before. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to do?
What am I getting myself
And I had to
into?
clean the house because, like, we're not used to just filming in our house and
You
stuff.
are Charlotte. I mean, that's just I've been realizing all along. I had to clean the house. That is so funny. Do you clean before the cleaners come? Do you do that kind of thing?
Sometimes.
I tidy a
tried
little
to
bit.
relax. Now that I have 2 children, I've relaxed.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
everything was different before the kids. Before the
Right.
kids,
Spotless.
I mean,
you were spotless.
yes. And
Yeah.
I mean, there was no clutter, right? And I
Right.
loved it. It
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
But
back.
you've given up. Yeah.
I did
yeah.
pretty much give up. And now I'm like, this is stressing me out.
Yeah.
You know?
I find that if I have one space in my house that is uncluttered, and so
That's
I have a
good.
little gym that was my garage, and that's kind of my space.
Nice.
However,
Yeah.
because I don't have any other place to sort of put stuff,
Uh-oh.
inevitably I find that there's 3 boxes in here that I did not put in here.
Oh,
And I become and I'm like, excuse me. These have to be removed right now.
Good for
I
you.
like my
That's
little,
good.
that's all I need is one little
Listen,
area. and
I've
then I'm
lost
okay.
all my areas. My areas
Really?
are gone.
Oh.
I mean, I have this house. I got this bigger house when I had the second when I adopted him.
Yep.
I got this bigger house so that everyone could have space. That was
Yeah.
my idea, that we'd have a playroom, where
Yeah.
the toys. Because at my old house, like I was living under toys.
Right,
It just like
right.
takes over.
They
Takes
do.
over. It's
Toys
insane.
do take over.
So I got this playroom, and I was like, the toys are going to stay in the playroom.
Right.
Well,
Not so
no
true.
one told
Yeah.
the 7-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So now I've got like, these Beyblades. What the heck? Was your son not into these?
What is it?
It's a weird thing.
Is it the
It's-
tops that
yes,
fight?
and
Yeah,
they're
no,
so
for a
loud.
moment. Yeah, for a moment he had a
geez,
thing, but I don't think it
Louise.
really appealed to him. He had other stuff that he was
Scares
into.
the dog. It's like a
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
We've got them everywhere, okay?
Yeah.
And then we've got Legos everywhere.
Oh, Legos, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you gotta
And
be
then we've
careful.
got still toy cars.
Yeah, toy
We've
cars.
got
Well,
a
toy cars will
menagerie.
they'll stay forever.
guess
Legos, in
they
fact,
will.
stay forever.
Which, I mean, Legos are great.
Yeah.
Right?
My
They're
son
just
still loves Legos.
a pain.
I love Legos.
Well, I mean, I do sit down and do Legos. My son thinks I'm bad at it, and he tells me,
Really?
"You are not good at Legos, mommy."
they have a facility about it that they look at the thing and go.
Which I think is great. They're
it's
building, right? They're building. Building is great.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not that good at it. But also, I look at it as like resting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like mommy's going to rest a
Rest
little
now.
and build a wall.
You build characters. That's what you do.
Thank you,
You're
Kyle. That's so
building
sweet. I
characters.
try. I do my best, man. It's not easy. It's not easy, man.
I know. Well,
Right.
the toy thing does eventually move.
I can't wait.
You do
I mean,
move
we're
to the
at
toy
that
thing.
point where
Yeah.
we've got the little toys that need to go.
Yeah.
But see, I need some help.
Yeah.
I need some help.
I wish because I had 2 younger brothers when growing up.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the advent of Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah. We've
And
got
we
a lot
had
of those.
tons of Hot Wheels, first run Hot Wheels.
Oh, wow.
Which my
And
mom.
you didn't keep them.
No. Goodwill. And which I understood. There's a lot of toys.
I
We
get
had
it.
a lot of toys. But I do think back on some of the early games and I said, I wish we had the original.
Yeah.
I don't know what we would do with it. honestly,
I know, you'd have to have somewhere
it'd be
to
in a
put
box
it.
somewhere on the
Right,
shelf. But I'd be like,
right.
I know. In a
Listen,
casing. Yeah.
I'm with you. I have this memory game that I had as a child, and it's so vintage. And somehow the pairs are in there. And 7-year-old has discovered the memory game. So now at 6 a.m., when the coffee hasn't really hit, I have to play the memory game. But I'm like, this is good. This is good for, anti-dementia.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yes, that's impossible.
But it's also like these vintage 70s cards, which is like just kind of a miracle, right?
Yeah.
So it does make you really, when
it's
something
good.
survives, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you know what I realized? I forgot to ask you, Kyle, are you a Charlotte?
Yes, definitely a Charlotte.
Yay!
Yeah, without question.
Love it.
Yeah,
I feel you
didn't
are
even have
too.
to think. Yeah.
Yes,
didn't even
I
have to
feel
think
you
about
are
it.
too. I just wanted
I
to
am.
double check.
Oh yeah,
And it's
yeah.
my official thing I have to do, right?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Thank you. Of course you're a Charlotte. Yeah. Kyle, you're a dream.
Kristen, that was so much fun.
I know. Thank you for being here, and you needed to come back.
I will come back. I really enjoyed it. It's so fun to
you.
rehash with you
I
and
know.
hear your perspective on things and
You too.
have those memories.
And also, you remembered a lot.
I did okay, right?
You did
Well, I was saying
great.
before, your prompts were very good.
Thank you.
You
Thank
told me
you
what
very
to do.
much.
But I remember it quite a lot. It was such it was a wonderful period of time in my life, and I really enjoyed it. I felt like I was on really a special show. So.
And you were. And we're so lucky that you were with us.
Thank you.